everybody, welcome to another video of Pinstripe Buzz. So, we finally have a captain. Aaron Judge, earlier today, named the 16th captain of the New York Yankees at his re-signing press conference. And we all said that this is when it needed to happen, and this is when it actually happens. It's done. He's captain. Let's move on. Now, let's talk about what it means to be a Yankee captain. Look at the names that have had this title. Jeter, Mattingly, Guidry and Willie Randolph, Greg Nettles, Thurman Munson, Lou Gehrig, Babe Ruth. Like the list of names is astounding, right? And he gets to join that echelon of Yankees and add to his legacy. Because remember, during this entire process with Judge and the free agency, there were reports that came out that talked about how it was about his legacy, right? He wanted to cement his legacy. It was about finishing the job, right? And that was his mentality the entire time. And you know what? He actually did go through the process. Yeah, he kind of sidestepped the question, did you really think of yourself not be coming back and things like that? He really didn't give a concrete answer to that question, but he really talked to people. He really got all the information he needed, and he made an informed decision, right? He did what his heart told him to do, and that was to come back to New York and win a championship. Now, he says multiple championships, and we talked about that yesterday. Will he be remembered as a Jeter-type captain who brought multiple championships, or will he be a Don Mattingly-type captain who didn't get to the promised land and finish the job? And Mattingly's career was cut short because of injury. We know that. But what will Judge be remembered at? What is his legacy, right? We talked about now, personally, we're talking about for him what makes a good contract. And now having the title captain, he has to produce. He has to produce, right? And he has to produce at a level of consistency, right? Don't expect him to go out there, hit 311, 62 home runs, and set the world on fire. You got to take your expectations and move them down a peg, right? Again, as I said, if he hits 270 and above and hits 40 plus home runs and drives in over 85, 90 RBIs, that's a win. That's a good Aaron Judge season. And of course, if I haven't said it already, he's got to stay healthy. If he could do those things, we're in good shape, right, with his contract. But Aaron Judge is where he needs to be. He's where he belongs. He is got the title he deserves, and that's it, right? The conversation is over. When will they? Will they? It's done. Over, right? So now we got to move on. We got to move on to another press conference tomorrow with Carlos Rodon. They have officially announced his signing, so his press conference will be tomorrow. We'll cover that when it happens tomorrow. We're still looking at left field. We're still looking at ways to upgrade. And Hal said in an interview afterwards with the S Network that they're not done yet. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Now, if you want to talk about the other elephant in the room, the whole thing with Correa. We mentioned that the physical failed. Now he's a New York Met. So the Mets are doing things over there in Queens. They're doing things. And I don't want to hear from Met fans anymore that the Yankees bought their championships, because this is exactly what Steve Cohen is doing. He's buying a championship. The amount of money they have spent over the past offseason, who they brought in, if they do not win a World Series this year or next year, it is a colossal failure. I'll repeat that, a colossal failure. Now, it's not about big brother, little brother. Oh, the Mets have spent more money than the Yankees. If they could do it, we could do it. It's not about that. Okay, so we shouldn't be sitting here saying, oh, well, look what they're doing over there. That's what they did to us. We don't have to do that. Good for them. They spent a ton of money. Let's see if it works out. The two top pitchers in their rotation are closer to Social Security than they are to their rookie limits. So they got to stay healthy. And hopefully the reason why the physical didn't work with San Francisco doesn't come back and bite the Mets. So we can all look at it and say, oh, Hal's not spending money. Hal's not doing this. Hal's not doing that. The Met owner's doing this. The Met owner's doing that. Who cares what the Mets do? They play in a totally different division than us. They have to win in a tough division. You know, still got the Braves. Philadelphia is better. Let us worry about what we're doing here in the Bronx, in the American League East, winning the American League East, beating Houston, right? That's what we need to do. It's not about what the Mets are doing over in Queens. It's not. It really has nothing to do with what we're working with here. It's two totally different situations. And not for nothing, the Yankees do have a top payroll in baseball every year. Is it the top of the top? No. And we don't have to be the top of the top. It's about prospect management. It's about asset management. And if we can use our assets and our prospects correctly and get talent in here that can produce, we don't need to spend thousands and millions of dollars to buy a championship. So, good luck to the Mets. Hopefully, they don't lose in the first round of the playoffs like they did to San Diego after being the best team in New York. Meanwhile, the Yankees got to the championship series. So, talk is cheap. The Mets got to prove it. So, you could be excited all you want. You could be excited about Correa. You could be excited about Verlander. You could be excited about any guy they brought in. They re-signed Nemo. They brought in the guy from Japan, right? You could be excited about all that. But as a Yankee fan and as a Yankee channel, I don't care what they're doing. Yeah, I just talked about it for a couple of minutes just to kind of pump the brakes on everything. You know, all day my phone's been blowing up. Oh, you know, what are the Yankees going to do? Are the Yankees going to... What do you think? Are the Yankees going to retaliate? What are they going to do? Oh, they called the press conference because they signed Correa. Oh, the press conference tomorrow is because they signed Correa. The Yankees don't operate that way. They can give a crap about what the Mets are doing. Okay? And until the Mets win something, this is a Yankee town. Point blank. So, enjoy your massive payroll. Enjoy buying a championship. Enjoy your season. And here, as a Yankee fan, I'm going to enjoy mine. Okay? Because your biggest opponent isn't the Yankees. It's little brother syndrome. Your biggest opponent is who? The Atlanta Braves. The Philadelphia Phillies. Those are your rivals. Those are who you're going to see more than you will see of the Yankees. You can sweep the Yankees in the Subway Series during the regular season. That's all good and dandy. But if that's the highlight of your season, you're not really looking at your season the right way. So, you know, that's my little thing about Correa and the Mets and what the Yankees should do. And I don't think the Yankees need to go pound for pound with the Mets. They really don't. It's really out of their interest. They should worry about what they have to do to get better and do that. And it's not like there's players out there to spend money on in the first place. Who are you going to go spend money on? Who's the top free agent right now? Exactly. It's not even a question. That it's not like they were going to go sign Correa. It wasn't like they were going to go sign Swanson or Bogarts or Turner. Those were pipe dreams. The Yankees held on to their prospects. They didn't trade their shortstop prospects. Why? Because they see them as their future. Volpe, if he keeps developing the way that he is, he's going to be an animal. He's going to be a problem. And you don't want to block that with a 12-year deal with Carlos Correa unless you move him to third base, unless you take one of these big-ticketed shortstops and move them away from short. You know, A-Rod did it when he came over, but Jeter was already here. They didn't move him for a rookie. Jeter was already established. So you really got to think about those logistical things before you say, oh, sign this guy, throw money at this, throw money at that. Look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers threw money at everything. And they won one World Series, and that was during the COVID-shortened season to boot. So money doesn't always win championships. It's about prospect management. It's about how you manage your assets throughout the season. It's about staying healthy. It's about getting hot at the right time as well. Baseball is a marathon. It's not a sprint. The Mets were the hottest team in baseball in July and August. And look what happened. So it's about getting hot, like I said, it's about getting hot at the right time. And it's about doing the things that you need to do to manage your situation. And the Yankees have done that. They've been consistent. They've gone to the playoffs, and they haven't had the payroll to do it. Now, I think today they're still not better than Houston. Maybe with the pitching they are, but not offensively. They haven't really changed much offensively. They have to get better. Period. So that's all I got for you today. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Follow us on Twitter. And I'll see you guys in the next video.